Not the last tea about the Harem Conspiracy, but let's look at the mummy that is believed to be Pentawer, who was the son of Ramses III that his mother tried to rise him up to the throne after the killing of Ramses III. We are going to be looking at human mummified remains, so if you do not want to see that, please scroll past. This is the mummy known as Unknown Man E from the Deir al-Bahri cache. This essentially was a collection of mummies that had been placed there by third intermediate priests who discovered the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens had been severely looted. Now these mummies, there are over 50 of them that are coming from royal families of the New Kingdom. And this includes Ramses III, who died in the Harem Conspiracy. The vast majority of the mummies from the Deir al-Bahri cache have been identified with kings, queens, and other royals of the New Kingdom, but many are still unidentified. An American Egyptologist named Bob Breyer has essentially revived an old hypothesis that Unknown Man E is Pentawer. Now, Pentawer is not the actual name of this prince of Ramses III. Pentawer was just a pseudonym that was used in the judicial papyrus of Turin, and probably just as a way to kind of cover up and forget what this prince's name was actually. The mummy is a little bit different than a lot of the mummies in the cache, which would have had essentially the highest and best embalming that they could have received because they were pharaohs and royal family members. But this mummy seemed to have been embalmed very quickly and without removing the brain or other viscera. It was also placed in a cedar box, and the interior was kind of crudely hackened to widen this for the mummy. So it wasn't really a big and nice professional box that would have been meant for a royal family member. He was also found buried with a sheep or goat skin, which is a very unpure thing in ancient Egyptian culture, and I have a video about that if you want to learn more. Now, DNA has actually proven that he is related to Ramses III as they share the same Y chromosomal haplogroup and about half of their DNA. So no matter what, it can be proven that Unknown Man E is a son of Ramses III. We also know that Pentawer was not executed, but was offered to take his own life according to the judicial papyrus of Turin. And this is slightly a better way to die in this case because the ones that were executed were probably burned, which would have been virtually impossible for them to enter the ancient Egyptian afterlife. But to take your own life and to apparently possibly still be mummified is actually still an okay possibility. And there is evidence when you look at this mummy that it does have damage to its neck, which could have been an indication of suffocation or hanging. If these remains are his, then he probably would have been around the age of 18 to 20 when he died. And unfortunately, he probably was just a really big tool in this entire conspiracy because it seems like his mother was one of the main people who really wanted him to go on the throne, and that might be why he was given the choice to take his own life rather than to be damned in afterlife.